Hey guys, you join me while we just depart Santander in Spain in the gorgeous Piper Comanche by, I think it's V Sky Labs, I can't remember. But we are doing a tour today of the Picos de Europa region. Just look at that. And we are using a very special ortho called Spain HD. I've had this probably getting on a couple of years even, I don't know, I can't remember when it was released, but I've never actually explored this area, and since the last few weeks I've been on a huge European motorcycle tour across about 7 different countries. One of the great things about flight simming for me is retracing your steps, you know, reliving the experience, and now that we have VR, of course, that experience is even more amazing. And this ortho that I'm using is pin sharp, it really is, it's fantastic, and it's all freeware, can you believe? So yeah, just a few weeks ago I was on my Brittany ferry, me, my partner and my wonderful motorbike, which did incredibly well. We did about 4,000 miles all in all, travelling across Spain, Picos de Europa, of course, that's where we are now, start of the tour, and then through sort of San Sebastian, Bilbao, probably said that wrong, and basically right through the spine of the Pyrenees to Lourdes, then onwards to Andorra. God, that is just amazing. And then from Andorra down to the south of France, Monaco, back up through Italy, Venice, Austria. Did the famous Gross Glockner Pass on the bike, which was damn scary but amazing at the same time. Melissa, my partner, she did incredibly well being on the back. There's no way I would have been on the back of a bike doing that. The drops were just crazy. I think it topped out at about 8,500 feet. Amazing. We started the pass at 30 degrees. By the time we was at the top, there was snow and all sorts. And then from there to Innsbruck, it was fantastic actually to be at Innsbruck, being there so many times in flight simming. And now obviously Orbex is now released their version of it. I'll certainly be picking that up, but not until we get to that part of the tour. And I thought we could do all of that, relive it all in X-Plane in VR in the Rift S. Now it was a nice treat to come back to a really good update from Oculus. All those white static flashes are now completely gone. Fantastic, because I was getting a bit concerned about that. I was wondering whether it would be an actual hardware issue, but they've managed to sort it in the software, which is amazing. And yeah, the tracking of these controllers are even better. Now I can just leave that on my lap and there's no this sort of weird kind of motion after a while when it gets confused. So all in all, pretty good. I've got real weather at the moment and it's a little cloudy in Spain, but where we're going, it's going to be a little lighter on the cloud front. I think it's going to break up a bit. So yeah, feel free to join me for this little trip. And it's good to be back in VR again after about 3 weeks break. Okay, so we are ragging the engine a bit, so we're going to pull this down a bit. 24 squared, manifold pressure and RPM. Back off the mixture. Sorry, that's probably about right actually where it is already. Trimmers out. We're not going to go too high just yet. We're just going to skim the coast here. Look at some of these incredible beaches. Honestly, of all the places I've been on this trip, Picos de Europa region just, it sticks in my memory the most. It's just so vivid and colourful, just like it is in this amazing ortho. Look at that beach down there, that's exactly what it was like. It's just such a privilege to be able to recreate my whole route in the comfort of my own home with a coffee, my feet up. Just, yeah, amazing. And I am making a little film of the trip. I might put it on YouTube. The only thing is that I like to use a bit of music, and of course YouTube is not particularly au fait with the copyright issues regarding it. I never understand that. I'm a music guy myself, and I think any exposure to your music is a good thing. So if you do use a piece of music for a certain clip, people are just going to wonder what it is and actually go and find it. So I don't really know what the issue is really. I think it's a bit stupid, but never mind. Wow, look at that for a beach. Amazing. I may be in this area just for a while yet anyway. I'm not going to rush this tour. Let's go outside quickly and take a look. That is amazing. It's all colour matched, and the ortho imagery is what it should be. It's very clear and crisp. You can see everything, and that's always my biggest complaint of the Orbex True Earth series, is the resolution is just not good enough. But this is freeware, and it is possibly the most impressive ortho I've ever flown across. It's amazing. Wow. Okay, we are going to continue heading along this coast here until we get to this point here, where we're going to go inland. And this is the very sort of amazing, infamous bike road called the N621, and it's possibly the best road ever made for two wheels. Just zoom in there, N621. It's astonishing. I've never known a twistier road with just everything, perfect road conditions, amazing scenery. I could just quite happily live there forever. It was amazing. So yeah, we're going to track that route inland. So what I'll do is I'll pick this up a bit later on when we are on this particular route here, and where the scenery gets very, very impressive indeed. Okay, you join me as we start to intercept that amazing N621 road. I've just realised my door isn't latched properly, so oops. There we go. There we go. So yeah, I think this scenery will speak for itself. To be honest, it's just astonishing and very true to life. And having been there very recently, I can vouch for it. Completely amazing. And Active Sky also doing its thing, because we're now heading into the mountains. We're getting a bit of sort of buffeting and downdrafts and some thermal layers and some ridge lift, and that will get quite challenging as we head into these mountains. A bit cloudy, but I think in some ways just gives it even more of a dramatic sense of height and depth. So we'll keep real weather, I think. And yes, this is the N621 coming up. Oh god, this is so good. This is so amazing. I don't know how I just don't understand why anybody who's remotely interested in flying hasn't got a VR headset. I'm a bit concerned about it in a way. I just hope, and I said this in a previous video, but I just really hope that it doesn't start to fizzle out. Especially as I've noticed the last Oculus founding member has left Facebook, and well, I'm hoping they've left so they can do things their own way again. But rather than just kind of give up on VR altogether, because this is the early infancy of virtual reality, and we've come so far already. I just really hope that it continues to grow. So anyway, we are on the N61. It's quite bumpy actually here. I'm gonna have to take a few screenshots as we go because this is just staggering. I'm gonna just drop down a little bit as well. Wow. I'll try and keep my head movements to a minimum, but it's very difficult. That's the trouble. It's as I look out in VR, my movements are very natural, just like they would be in real life, but they are accentuated by the 2D monitor, and it can make you feel a bit dizzy after a while. So I'll try and keep that in mind as we go. Guys, just look at this scenery. My goodness me. So stunning. And you can see here, if I just jump outside a minute, very unrealistically, this is the N61, and you can see already, look how twisty that road is. It's insane. It's amazing. It's such an incredible road. Wow. We're going to be following this pretty much all the way around. In fact, actually, yes, I remember that being part of it as well. I'm actually recognising parts of the mountains as well that we went along, and I realise I've gone wrong, but that's okay because I do remember this mountain here. And just the way it sort of rises up sharply to a real point. It's just incredible. What an amazing place. I think we'll just do a bit of a circle around this. It's quite funny actually, because on the pass I had an amazing idea to get my drone out of the top box and take it for its first maiden flight in Europe. It didn't go too well, shall I say. I ended up completely losing control of it due to the fact we were on a mountain pass, very much like that. It caught sort of a downdraft and it just went plummeting down. I thought I'd lost it forever, and I was more than gutted. I was devastated because not only that, I had all the day's footage on that particular memory card. Pretty stupid really of me, really. Bit of a schoolboy error. But amazingly, Melissa, she found it in a nearby tree, right on the edge of this kind of steep drop. So I thought, okay, I'm either going to die getting a drone, and that'd be a really great way to, stupid way to die. I'll be on the Darwin Awards, or whatever they call it. Or it'll be okay and I'll get the drone back. And thankfully I was able to retrieve it, which was just amazing. And if I do put the video up on YouTube, you'll see all that. But I'll have to think of a way of doing it, because as I say, I like to add some music. I'm thinking about adding some of my own music to it, but yeah, we'll see. Right, anyway, back on the N621. This is amazing, guys. Let's just go outside. Oh my goodness me. Check this out. Wow. Doesn't that look exactly like it was? Look at that. And that's the road there. That's exactly what it looks like. Completely amazed. Look at that. I'm back there. I am back. This is just astonishing, this road. And the scenery. Oh. Careful not to crash. That would be a bit embarrassing. Astonishing. God. And you can really see how twisty that road is from up here as well. You really appreciate it again. Look at that road. Absolutely insane. In case any of you are wondering, I'm still on X-Plane 11.3.4. I haven't touched 3.5, there's just a few little issues in VR that scare me away from it, particularly the TBM, the rain effects. You get double sun. I'm just going to... 3.4 is working perfect, so I'm probably just going to leave it at this for a while until I'm very convinced that it's fine. I'm using Ultimate Weather XP 2.4 or 2.5, I can't remember actually now. It's been a while since I've updated it, so it could be 2.4. Look at this. My goodness. I am totally blown away by that scenery. If it comes across even half of what it does in VR, it'll be worth showing. Getting quite a few bumps, which is just adds to the whole immersion. It's fantastic. I'm not sure you can tell or not, but see there, look, that's not me, I'm not touching the controls there. Getting bounced around quite a bit, but that's exactly what it would be like in real life. And look at the way that mountain there has just been obscured by the cloud. Oh, it's all good stuff, guys. It really is amazing. And performance, silky smooth. Silky smooth. I have my super sampling at 2.0. Tend to just leave it at that now, to be honest. It's so sharp. I can read my altimeter setting on there, 30.21. Read that really well, and that is the smallest bit of text ever. I can read that no problem. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Look at that road. I love how X-Plane thinks that the N621 is a dual carriageway though. I can tell you for a fact it is not. It is a single track road. Oh, hello. Oh, that made me jump. It's a bit weird. And he disappears. How dramatic is this? Got to be very careful here though, because we are right in the cloud layer here. And we are dead reckoning. It's going to be a bit tricky if we can't see. I'll tell you guys, honestly, it's every bit like this in real life. I would recommend wholeheartedly to go to the Picos region. Might just drop down a little bit to keep visual with the ground here. Oh wow. That road. You can see why I liked it so much on the bike. However, it is not a dual carriageway. I can assure you of that. Such a wonderful little plane as well. It's got some really nice touches. like the headphone jack. It's not that simple to start. It's not just plugging in play, so to speak. You don't just fire it up and it goes. You have to make sure you do it properly, which I really like. And it's a pretty fast bird as well, being the Comanche. I had the A2A Comanche all prepared, and goodness knows how many hundreds of hours I had in that aircraft. Now obviously it's not to that standard, but it's not by any means a simple kind of aircraft that, like, there is some depth to it, without a doubt. Look at this scenery. Look at it. It's amazing. Interesting. There's some sort of tower. It's like a custom building down there. That looks like one of those speed camera radar towers that you find in Europe. Luckily my sat nav often sort of reminds me of them. Another one there, look. We probably did go across this bridge actually. Wow. So yeah guys, I thought I'd just share a bit of this flight with you. I'll probably leave it there because otherwise the video will become an entire day again. And I've got lots of editing to do with my actual Europe motorcycle tour video or film that I'm making. It's going to be a film by the time I've finished. But I just had to get back into X-Plane again and do the full route that we did in real life and just relive it all again. And that's just one of many ways you can enjoy flying an X-Plane in VR. And I tell you guys, I am absolutely loving this. Loving the scenery, the weather, the headset. I have been told that the HP reverb is back, or it will be soon, with a revised cable, and all the flashing and flickering has been solved. Although I kind of would like to know if they've resolved some of the heating problems, and the Miura. When you look out and you see that kind of fogginess, if they sorted all of those issues out, I'd probably buy one straight away. But because I don't really know what they've done and what they haven't, I might wait a while and see how that plays out, particularly at the moment as I'm so impressed with the Rift S. It just keeps on getting better and better. It really does. So anyway guys, thanks for watching, and yeah, I'll see you on the next one perhaps. Take care.